Yella Beezy has reacted after his longtime brother, Trapboy Freddy, became a central figure in his capital murder trial.
Dallas police are now saying that rapper Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill Mo3, his one-time friend turned rival.
The man who once stood beside him on one of Dallas rap's biggest records. The man who teamed up with him on a project called I'm My Brother's Keeper. That same man is now being labeled a snitch because he could be the reason Yella Beezy never walks free again. Police arrested Kawan Dantrell Wright for the murder of Mo3. Investigators now allege that Yella Beezy hired Wright and promised him money to carry out the killing. Today, we're breaking down how Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy built one of Dallas rap's closest brotherhoods, what allegedly destroyed it, why Freddy is being called a snitch, and what the court documents actually reveal. To understand this case, you have to go back to where it all started. Yella Beezy, born Marquise DeAndre Conway, grew up in Oak Cliff, Dallas. He spent years building his name through mixtapes before everything changed in 2017 when That's On Me became a massive hit. The remix featuring T.I., 2 Chainz, Jeezy, Boozy Badazz, and Rich the Kid pushed him onto the national stage. His success continued with major collaborations, and by 2019 his music had surpassed 1 billion streams. Standing beside him through that rise was Trapboy Freddy. Freddy, another Oak Cliff native, built his reputation through gritty street records and projects like the Trapboy Freddy Krueger series. His breakout song Lil Quita earned major attention, leading to collaborations with artists including Young Thug and Young Dolph. But his biggest supporter was Yella Beezy. In an interview with DJ Vlad, Beezy publicly said Freddy's success was tied to his own. The two constantly appeared together, featured on each other's music, and were widely seen as brothers rather than just collaborators. Ironically, both artists also had connections to Mo3. Trapboy Freddy had even recorded a song with him called Can't Double Us, showing how closely connected Dallas's rap scene really was. Their friendship reached its peak in 2020 with the release of their joint mixtape, I'm My Brother's Keeper. The title reflected exactly how fans viewed their relationship. Songs like Rex and Ride showcased their chemistry and cemented them as one of Dallas rap's strongest duos. But while that project was dropping, something much darker was unfolding behind the scenes. Mo3 had become one of Dallas's fastest rising artists, building a loyal fan base through honest storytelling and major collaborations. At the same time, tensions between his camp and Yella Beezy's continued to grow through music and social media. Then, on November 11, 2020, everything changed. Mo3 was shot and killed in broad daylight on Interstate 35E in Dallas. Traffic cameras captured the horrifying attack as a gunman chased him down the highway before opening fire. Mo3 died at the scene, while an innocent bystander was also struck but survived. Melvin Noble was rushed to the hospital, where he died from his injuries at just 28 years old. His murder shocked Dallas, and for a city that was finally gaining national recognition through its music, the loss of Mo3 was devastating. Police quickly arrested Kawan Dantrell Wright, identifying him as the gunman. He was later convicted on federal charges related to the case. Another man, Devin Maurice Brown, also accepted a plea deal in connection with the investigation. But the biggest twist came in March 2025. A Dallas County grand jury indicted Yella Beezy on a capital murder for remuneration charge, alleging he hired White and promised him money to kill Mo3. 2 days later, Beezy was arrested, nearly 5 years after the murder. Prosecutors claimed financial records showed he withdrew $40,000 around the time of the killing and argued he was a flight risk. His bond was eventually reduced to $750,000, and he was released under strict house arrest with an ankle monitor. Beezy has pleaded not guilty and continues to maintain his innocence. Now let's get to the part everyone has been talking about, Trapboy Freddy. After Beezy's arrest, Freddy's name immediately surfaced. Authorities identified him as someone they wanted to question in connection with the investigation. But before any official details were released, social media exploded with one claim Trapboy Freddy had snitched on Yella Beezy. The rumors only grew after Freddy appeared on social media, saying Beezy had sold off assets and property to pay his bond and legal fees. Many fans saw it as betrayal, and the snitch narrative spread even faster. But here's the important part. Public court records do not show that Trapboy Freddy became a cooperating witness or testified against Yella Beezy. Being questioned in an investigation is completely different from making a deal with prosecutors, and no verified court documents have confirmed that he did either. Freddy's name naturally came up because he had close ties to both Yella Beezy and Mo3. He had built a career alongside Beezy while also collaborating with Mo3 on songs like Can't Double Us. That alone placed him near the center of an investigation that detectives spent years putting together. Meanwhile, Yella Beezy has never publicly accused Trapboy Freddy of cooperating with authorities. Instead, he has continued to let his legal team handle the case while maintaining his innocence. As the trial moves forward, another major battle is unfolding over Beezy's music. Prosecutors want several of his songs introduced as evidence, arguing they contain lyrics that reference placing a bounty on Mo3, and that some tracks were shared in messages sent on the day of the murder. The defense strongly disagrees, arguing that rap lyrics are artistic expression, not literal confessions. Their expert witness testified that juries often misinterpret rap music as real-life admissions, even though artists frequently create fictional personas for entertainment. That fight over whether Beezy's lyrics should be admitted as evidence could become one of the most important issues in the entire trial. The fight over rap lyrics as evidence isn't new. In the YSL Rico case against Young Thug, prosecutors also tried using song lyrics and social media posts as evidence of criminal activity. That trial sparked a nationwide debate over whether rap music should be treated as artistic expression or as literal evidence in court. Now Yella Beezy's case sits at the center of that same debate. Prosecutors want several of his songs admitted as evidence, while the defense argues that rap lyrics are performances, not confessions. The legal battle extends beyond the music. Beezy's attorneys say prosecutors turned over nearly 16 terabytes of evidence, making it extremely difficult to prepare for trial. They also requested more time after the death of Beezy's mother, delaying the proceedings. The trial, originally scheduled earlier in the year, is now expected to begin on August 24, 2026. Meanwhile, Beezy's legal team has aggressively subpoenaed phone records, police files, and gang-related documents, signaling they intend to challenge nearly every part of the prosecution's case. For Dallas, this trial is about much more than one rapper. Before tragedy struck, the city's rap scene was finally gaining national attention. Yella Beezy, Mo3, Trapboy Freddy, and others helped put Dallas on the map. But after Mo3's murder, that momentum was replaced by investigations, indictments, and questions about loyalty. Now, artists across the city are watching closely because the outcome could shape how rap music is treated in future criminal cases. Mo3's family is still searching for justice, and the Dallas rap community continues to carry the weight of what happened on November 11, 2020. So where does that leave Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy? Yella Beezy is facing the most serious case of his life. Prosecutors accuse him of paying for Mo3's murder, while his defense insists he is innocent and is fighting the evidence, the lyrics, and the investigation itself. Trapboy Freddy remains one of the most controversial figures in the story. Despite widespread online claims, no verified court records show that he formally cooperated with prosecutors or testified against Yella Beezy. What is confirmed is that he publicly discussed Beezy's financial situation after the arrest, fueling rumors that spread rapidly across social media. That gap between internet speculation and verified facts is exactly why this case remains so controversial. The irony is impossible to ignore. The two once released a project called I'm My Brother's Keeper, celebrating their loyalty and brotherhood. Today, one is fighting a capital murder case, while the other has become the center of endless accusations online. But the final chapter won't be written on social media. It will be decided inside a Dallas courtroom, where a jury, not the internet, will weigh the evidence, hear the witnesses, and determine what really happened on Interstate 35E the day Mo3 was killed. Until that verdict is reached, the rumors and online debates remain just that, rumors. What isn't a rumor is that Melvin Noble lost his life, his family lost a loved one, and the Dallas rap scene lost one of its biggest voices. That is the story at the heart of this case.